Congrats, you made it. I am so excited that you are here. We are talking women of courage and featuring an amazing guest tonight. And I want you to know we are halfway through July and it is so hot. Let us know in the comments where you're logging in from and what your weather's like. Because I am, if you threw a dart right at the US, that's where I am, and it is a heat wave. And I know that you are here for such a time as this, and I cannot wait to connect you with our amazing guest tonight. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Bren Harris, and I founded the Warrior Mom. When my son was medically injured at 22 months of age, he was just a baby. And since that, 12, 13 years later, we have walked through hell. Now we walk through it like we own the place and take water back to those still in the fire. And I want you to know you are here for such a time as this. Your story matters. Now we're going to go way back. Before we bring our guest on, we're going to go in the Wayback Machine. I just want to show you just to peel back the curtain and show you a little bit. Hey guys, good to see you. We got Georgia in the house, Florida in the house, DC in the house. New York in the house. Great to see you guys. Trinidad in the house. Great to see you guys. And the Wayback Machine, we moved. My son was born in Japan, and we moved back to the States. And while we were house hunting and planning to retire where all the grandparents are, we stayed with a relative. And this is my baby son. He is now 6'1". And this is where Warrior Mom started, in this kitchen, in front of this computer with a cup of coffee and the baby on my shoulder. I was so inspired by being a voice for the voiceless, and to know that together we can achieve more no matter where we are in our season of parenting or caregiving. Now, fast forward to just a few months ago. This is my son now, and this is on a medical trip that we took out of state. And he has those big ear defenders on. He is diagnosed on the autism spectrum. In our house, we do not have anything. We have a diagnosis, and that qualifies us for a lot of services. And he is diagnosed on the autism spectrum, level 3, nonverbal, theoretically lifelong care. And we have had many people, many experts say he will never do this. Well, how do you like us now? Because he's thriving and having an amazing, amazing life as he grows into adulthood. Now, I won't claim to have all the answers. What I do know is that we can come together and we can say, oh, you've been through that? How did you make it through? Oh, you've experienced this with a relative, caregiving for an elderly relative with Alzheimer's or dementia. Oh, you had a child with special needs and now you've raised him to adulthood. We can compare notes and help each other along the way. Now, why women of courage? Why women of courage? We are doing a Women of Courage series because a recent study shows that moms, American moms in the US, 90% of them feel like what they do doesn't matter, and 79% of them feel like they are never seen, never heard, and are not valued. Now, do we as family members do that on purpose? No, it's just life, just lives. And when 79% of American moms feel like they are not seen and they are not heard, I would call that an epidemic. And I want you to know, here at the Warrior Mom, in partnership with the Warrior Nation, I see you, I hear you, and you belong right here. And I am so proud that you have taken time out of your week. I know it's busy. Maybe you're in the central time zone, drive at 5. Please share this with someone who might benefit from the wisdom that will be shared here tonight. And I have so much respect for this guest. And I am so in awe of all that she does while living with a chronic illness and caretaking for a relative. And I do not want to steal her thunder. So we're going to bring her on. Hang on just a minute. Hey, Tenille, did you make the live?
Hi, Bren. Hi, Warriors. Yes, I'm here. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, I am so glad and thank you I know you are busy. You are one of the busiest people I know. So thank you for sharing your time with us in the middle of the week for our Warrior Nation tribe. Can you tell us, for those who may not be familiar, who is Tenille Stewart?
Well, I am Tenille Stewart, like you said, and I help women who've been diagnosed with lupus or other chronic illness used and discouraged to healed, hopeful, and in control of the medical narrative.
Oh, healed, hopeful, and control the medical narrative. I don't know if you guys caught that. Tenille's nickname is Smiles because she's always smiling. And
My default faith.
I love it. I love it because you encourage me. We use more muscles when we smile.
Yeah.
I know that that's a really nice statement, but when we are talking about lupus, it can look many different ways. Do you mind sharing with us real quick in layman's terms, because I am by no means a chronic illness warrior like you are, exactly what that might look like for you specifically?
Okay, so lupus is a chronic autoimmune disease. So your immune system is confused and tends to attack healthy cells in your body. So maybe let's say you got a cold and then you would get over it in a couple of days. Maybe I would get a cold, it would turn into bronchitis, it would turn to pneumonia. I've had pneumonia like 6 times in my life. And that's not normal. It's the immune system being really confused about healthy cells in your body and attacking like it's an intruder. So we get put on a lot of medications like immune suppressant drugs, which, yes, suppresses the illness, but also makes it really easy to catch a lot of other things and tends to make you feel not great. So I've been a lupus warrior for about 20 years.
Wow.
Guys, it's so weird because I'm like 21, but like 20 years as a lupus warrior. And I've seen it all. I've kind of seen it all. I've been, in medical journals for the flare-ups I've had. It is a disease that comes with flare-ups and remissions and steady times and chronically like just very sick times. So, I've seen everything.
Wow. And, sometimes you tell me, hey, I'm having a flare. And I'm like, what? I had no idea. You're just smiling and showing up.
Yeah, it's an invisible disease. It literally, I've been in groups of people working with them closely and been so sick, and they had no idea. They were like, I told them later, like, wow, I had to go to the hospital after, or yeah, you guys, I can't go, like I'm bedridden until my doctor said whatever. And they're like, what are you talking about? We were just having fun. You were just there. And this is it. This is the face.
And it's the truth, you guys. This is how she is all the time. And I just love it. Hey, guys, if you're just joining us, we're talking about Women of Courage. We have Tenille Stewart with us of the Tenille Stewart Happily Healed podcast. And we are so happy you are here. Let us know in the chat where you're logging in from and what your weather is like. And if you're on the live, put an L. If you're on the replay, put an R. We're going to keep this moving. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, for sure. Let's go.
I know that you obviously have been at this a while. You just said you've been battling this chronic illness for 20 years, and a lot of times people don't know. Mm-hmm. How does that specifically influence your daily choices so that you can be proactive and prevent a lupus flare?
So it took a long time to realize how much like preventative things I do affects my day. Like I think to myself, like the stuff I'm doing today is going to affect tomorrow, Tenille. So, I mean, it is a tomorrow, Tenille problem, but I know that I'm going to be way happier if I do these things, right? So I have some consistency. I travel a bunch. I do a lot of like activity, but I still have a lot of consistency in my day that I don't stray from just because I know I will feel better if and when I'm doing these things, no matter where I am in this world,
That's really good. And if you're okay, I'm going to peel back some layers here. This might feel
sure.
a little vulnerable. I know you can handle it.
Yeah.
I know that you had a real turning point after a severe flare that left you in the hospital for months on end, and you decided to change the way you eat. Can you share a little bit about that?
So I had my first like real major flare where I was in the hospital for 3 months, and then I had to go to rehab to learn how to walk again and that kind of thing. And I realized like that I was not feeling good and I was going to have to go back to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
and they were just going to give me more drugs. So I, and my friend Paul, he was a raw vegan at that time.
Mm-hmm.
He told me, "Oh, I know some Rastas on, like, we were in the Bronx, New York." And he's like, "I know some Rastas, and they said there's a cure for lupus." We went to them, and if you don't know, a Rastafarian diet is vegetarian usually. Some of them include certain things, but it's like a religion, and they eat ital, which is, no meats, basically. So I went to the Rasta, and they told me, like, do this juice fast. I did the juice fast, and I went into remission. So I went into remission, and I realized there's 30 days. But okay, were you gonna ask something?
No, 30 days. That's you. Nothing but juice. Did I hear that right?
Nothing but juice. It was kale, celery, apples, and lemon juice, all in my little Jack LaLanne juicer, the oldest juicer on the planet. And 30 days afterwards, I felt amazing. I was working at Applebee's. I was a college student, and I felt amazing. And I got all kinds of compliments on my hair and my skin. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. And while I was fasting, I was watching a lot of vegan YouTube. And at that time, it was very extreme YouTube. But I was just like planning meals that I was going to eat when I was done fasting. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna cook this. I'm gonna make that. Da da da. And after my fast, I went a full week of just being vegan. I didn't even really realize it until I looked at my calendar. And I was like, oh, I'm eating leftovers of the food I made, but I haven't eaten any dairy, any meat. And I was like, oh. And I just told my parents, like, I think I'm vegan now. And 9 years later, I'm still vegan.
Oh, that's incredible. That is incredible. Oh my gosh. And I know that you are very diligent about this. You travel, you speak to crowds, and how do you do that?
So I find it fun. Like, I think it's like a game. Like, what can I find to eat? And how can I, like, sustain myself? Because especially I like to make it look as easy as possible so other people will be interested in it. If I was, like, begrudging, like, oh, what am I going to eat all the time, it would not be appealing to anyone at all. So I'd make sure that, like, I'm prepared. Even if people tell me, oh, we have this for you, we have that for you. I've been to, like, with an old ex. We went to a baby shower, and they made a big deal about, like, oh, we made food just for your girlfriend. You definitely bring her, da da. And I got there, and they made, like, mac and cheese and some kind of tuna dish and all kinds of stuff because I didn't understand what vegan was. And I was so polite and just like, you know what? I really appreciate the effort, but I have these snacks. And I think I walked down the street and got a bag of, like, tangerines or something. But, like, I am always prepared. My bag always has snacks. I always have scoped out the area I'm going to be in, the state, the country, anything, where I'm going to be, and what's vegan around me that I can get. So that, I guess that's how I do it. Just stay prepared and be curious. Make it a game. Like, what can I eat today? And, like, like, plan out my meals, or that kind of thing. It's fun for me. I don't mind it, and I've gotten more into the like the lifestyle of it now. In the beginning, it was just like, these are the foods I can eat that make me not feel terrible. And even if you are taking a lot of medication, which I got off of all my medication from that, but even if you're on a lot of medication, the better you eat, the better the medication will be able to work in your body. So eating, like, for more or less, like, a better term, clean, like eating as healthy as you possibly can, drinking enough water, putting movement in your day, that's what's going to make you feel good. So first and foremost, I ate to feel good. And then after that, I realized all of the animal cruelty and all of the testing and the stuff they're feeding the animals that then we eat. And even people don't think about this a lot. The way they slaughter animals are smart. They know they are walking into their death. So what happens when you are scared and you know you're about to die? Cortisol and all these hormones of horror are going into your bloodstream. So these animals that are scared and literally crying, all these things, right? Walking into horror, then you cook it, and when you're cooking down something, it's more concentrated, and then you eat it. All those random hormones, not to mention the stuff, medication they give them because, the conditions are bad and they're getting sick anyways. So, like, if you just take out those out of your diet, you're doing way better. Like your body has a chance to be its own body. You're not eating and drinking some other mammals' random hormones that aren't yours. Like people don't have hormone issues, really. You've been ingesting somebody else's mom's breast milk for years. That's weird. What are you doing? You know?
I don't know if you guys caught that, but when we eat cleaner, it helps medication work better. And it also helped Tenille get off all medication. Now, I just to put this in perspective, can you share with us, you were on a really severe medicine for a while, for how long?
At least 10 years on prednisone, which is probably the most common steroid. And then another really strong one I was on was Cellcept, which is actually a cancer medication they give people.
Wow.
In the beginning, when I was on that, people would be like, oh, you're on Cellcept, like other doctors. When I go to specialists, and like, yeah. And that medication was very expensive. And I know that because my insurance lapsed $150 per pill that I was taking twice per day. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. $300 a day. Did you guys catch that? $300 a day for 2 pills. Oh my lands.
Yeah.
So when you were in this situation and you were eating cleaner and feeling better, were you able to stair step off the medication? And I love how you phrase this. Eating to feel better.
Yeah.
That's really powerful.
Yeah. You don't really realize how bad you feel until you feel good for the first time. So I just know that I'm never going back to that. You know, like there's a fair amount of vegan junk food. I'm a vegan baker. Like I eat stuff that's not like the healthiest stuff sometimes, but I know there's a line I'm not crossing. And I know there's like, I'm never going to go back to the way I used to eat like a crazy person. I thought I had spare bodies to jump into when like this one got tired or something. Cause I was eating French fries day and night. Like that's a vegan food. I can't do that. Like maybe it's because I'm adulting more now. Like I'm almost 40, but like I used to eat like I had spare body parts. Like no, this is your one kidney, one liver. Like this is it. Like or I guess you have 2 kidneys, but like yeah.
And based on all of this trial and error and learning to eat to feel better, what do you learn for your missteps or failures, so to speak? If you accidentally have something that's not in your wheelhouse that you're supposed to eat to feel better while battling a chronic illness?
Well, I'm very holistic in my approach in everything. So like I'm in tune with my body. A lot of people don't realize that they're not feeling well or something is off because they, you know, don't pay attention because they just like are used to feeling bad and they're like, oh, this feels bad. I'll have a great day still because it's feeling bad. When I notice something is not right, I go in with like home remedies. Right? I'm always on turmeric. Don't go crazy, people. I saw somebody overdose on turmeric, which is insane. When I give this advice, I'm not a medical doctor. Okay, I'm a dietetic technician. Everybody relax. Don't go ODing on something weird. I do turmeric every day. I will increase it if I feel something is weird. I do oregano oil. That's like a very natural, almost antibiotic. Your body can use that. I use the oil dropper. I just put a dropper in my mouth. I know it's very gangster, and I wouldn't advise it if you're new. Put it in some water. It's very strong. I do like essential oils that are going to make my joints feel better. I do a lot of water. Y'all are walking around chronically dehydrated and have no idea because you've never been hydrated. You're like, why does my skin look like this and this? Drink some water, guys. Drink some water. What else?
And you are living proof. You are living proof. Yes.
Thanks. Yeah.
You just glow.
Thank you. And also I do something called oil pulling every day. Like as soon as I wake up, I oil pull before anything.
Can you walk us through that?
Oh yeah. So my morning routine stays the same. It's been the same for years. And I just, I don't even know how long ago I started oil pulling. Probably 10 years. So with lupus medication, a lot of times it affects teeth and they don't tell you about that. It does not, like people just lose teeth and have crazy tooth stuff. And when the first time I was supposed to get a root canal, but insurance wouldn't cover the root canal, right? So they pulled the tooth, and I was so upset. I was like, no, because teeth are big. Everyone can see them. So I decided to figure out like how to take the best care of my teeth possible so that I can keep the rest I got, So I started oil pulling, and that is taking either, people use sesame seed oil. I don't like that. It's too strong for me. I use coconut oil, or I actually have, there's this stuff that I use. It tastes nice. It's a Guru Nada oil pulling stuff. It tastes nice because it has a little bit of mint in it. It's nice. It's a little lighter than coconut oil, but for years been using coconut oil. That's like occasionally that I use the other stuff. And I use it for 20 minutes, but you literally just need it for like 2 minutes and beyond. You're doing great. I'm just used to it. I just like do my morning while I have it in my mouth. So it's not like shaking it really hard. It's just letting it glide around your mouth softly, relax with it in your mouth. And it takes away a lot of bacteria that you slept overnight and have. I floss my teeth in the morning. So I like it. Like I oil pull 20 minutes just in my mouth. And if you Google or look on YouTube, you can look at all the benefits. And it's great for gum health. It's great for like tooth health. It makes it really easy to floss for me because I floss in the morning. So, everything glides very nicely. Don't spit it in the sink. Spit it in a trash can. You will clog your sink because it hardens at room temperature. So don't blame me for plumbing. Do not spit it in the sink. So I do that. I have, tongue scraper, all the things, I want to say the hose, but the pick, all the things, right? The water pick. I'm very diligent about my teeth. And then while that's happening, I'm usually doing the Bible app or Tangible Bible. I don't love the Tangible Bible. I usually feel like an elementary schooler, but the Bible app is easier for me. I'm figuring out what my day is going to look like, even though I planned it the day before. I usually am looking at like, what do I have to do? What is my schedule like? Figuring out clothes, that kind of stuff, while I'm oil pulling. Then, I'm ready for my day. Like after I've oil pulled and done my Bible app, I can kind of do anything. Like,
that's incredible. Yeah. And I love that you are sharing your exact morning routine without any pretense. This is what I do. I worked up to 20 minutes. That is gangsters. Just by the way, I've tried to do it. I can't do it that long. Yeah. And I love that you're taking the approach of what can I do today that helps me feel better tomorrow.
Yeah, no one wants to do the stuff that they like are meant to do so that they can have a better, like, I don't know anybody like, I can't wait to work out. This is amazing. It's so fun. Like even bodybuilders, even my dad was a professional athlete. He did not like running on the beach in the morning, when he was training for fights, but he did it. And the benefits were he made a living. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even need to make a living with my, health. I choose to make a life for myself. Like they said I'd be dead by 30. I'm almost 40. So like,
wow.
It's important how you take care of yourself. And I get to do this. But I talk to people like warrior moms and all your warrior friends. And, it's amazing. And it's just because some life choices, like I moved around and found what worked for me and my body. And, it's really awesome. I love it here.
Oh, and it shows. It shows beautifully, my friend. Can you walk us through what are maybe 2 or 3 words that your close family and friends would use to describe you?
Oh, definitely silly, and funny. I'm funny. I say that. Yeah, I'm funny. Yeah, I like to. There's not too much that I take too seriously. I was in the hospital literally with a potato head shaped face and like, on all kinds of machines hooked up to me. And I was cracking jokes. I know that like interns and all the people that were students love to come to my room to hang out with me because I was a funny one. So even though they said I was going to die, I was like, we're going to laugh until I get there. Okay.
I can't wait till you show up at that doctor's office and say, how do you like me now?
Right. I really should. I should just go hang out there and be like, yeah, I just made an appointment. I was just wondering what I was supposed to die 10 years ago. So like,
Now, I'm going to transition just a little bit.
yeah.
I think you are a courageous, courageous warrior. And I just want to say thank you for pulling back the curtain and sharing a little bit of the behind the scenes daily routine that you do. You are also a caregiver for your grandmother who is diagnosed with dementia. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
And
ma'am.
she lives with you, correct?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And I know as the caregiver myself for a special needs child, that reads easy and lives hard. And I know that we love our family. We know that the exhaustion is real. And I would like for you to just share some encouraging tips or tricks that you use as a caregiver while battling a chronic illness
Mhm.
to just stay sane and still remain healthy.
Yeah. Okay. So what I do is make sure that there's time for myself.
Mhm.
Sorry, I have family in town also. I make sure that I take time for myself and
Mhm.
do something that's just for me. So like that morning routine, that is one time. That's the thing. Like if I'm home alone with her, because my mother, thank you Jesus, my mother also is here and we are doing this together. But when I wake up in the morning, that's my time. Even like if she wakes up in the middle of the night or whatever, I will make sure still that I have my 20 minutes that is mine, that I can pray and like prepare myself for the day, get ready, because you never know. Like as much as they don't know what's going on, they don't know who they are, where they are, etc. You also don't know what's going to happen because they can be the sweetest things in the world or violent. So
Mhm.
prepare yourself, be steady in yourself. Like, okay, I'm safe here. Whatever happens today,
Mhm.
like I'm prepared. I can do this because it's scary. And early in this, I really was unsure. Like, am I gonna be able to do this? Like, she that's my grandma. Like, I don't. How can I, treat her like a baby? Like now she's, for all intents and purposes, a toddler. Like,
Mhm.
so but yeah, that's one thing, definitely. And get support. Get support. Know some other people, like warriors. We are different genres of warriors.
Mhm.
All warriors. Warrior mom, lupus warrior, dementia warrior, chronic illness in general warrior. Like
Mhm.
we lean on each other. If I did not know Bren, I don't know where I would be, because things that are common sense to me are not to her and vice versa. So she's told me some things. I'm like, oh, that makes so much sense. Why didn't I know that? So like, yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
And right back at you. We can have a fresh set of eyes on the situation. And so I want to pull out two things in case you guys didn't hear that. You got to take time for self-care, regardless of your circumstance or the mood of the
Mhm.
person you're caretaking. And also make sure you have a tribe so that we can hold each other accountable and offer solutions when asked, not unsolicited advice.
That part.
And that's real important. And I know that I am stronger, picking your brain and vice versa. And I love that we can come together. What's one thing you wish others with lupus and our caregivers knew from the start that you wish you had known 20 years ago?
You are diagnosed with this thing that you did not ask for. However, you are still capable. You are still, wanted and needed in this world. Things are different. They're not impossible. You have a purpose still. It is not just to be laying in a hospital bed. Like fight for your life, change things, do things. You have more power than you realize you have. You could take a long time to do it, or you could just do it now. So just get ready. Get ready so you don't stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Did you guys catch that? Oh, I'm going to make that a t-shirt. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. When I hear that, I'm thinking of me scrambling to be ready for something. Whereas if I just prepare each day, I'm already ready.
Right, exactly. So like when you're laying in that hospital bed, when things are not going right, be thinking of all the things that you want to do still, and have like, be excited about your life, even though things are not feeling good, and like doctors are telling you stuff. They're piling calamity on top of calamity. This is wrong and that's wrong and this test and that, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Focus on the life that you want to live, and you get to live that life if you just fight for it. Like, it's not going to be easy. Nothing is easy. Nothing you ever want in life is going to be super easy. And if it is, you probably don't want it. So fight for that life, girl, guy, whoever you are.
Fight for your life. Oh, I love it. Hey, if you guys are just joining us, we're talking Women of Courage featuring Tenille Stewart with the Happily Healed with Tenille podcast, and a lupus warrior. And I want you guys to let us know in the chat if you're getting value. Put value. If you can relate, put relate. I learn something new every time we have a conversation. And I love that I can just take theory to application, because I know it's a word in due season. We're taking time for self-care, and we're getting that accountability partner in that tribe. Nobody walks this type of road alone successfully. Let me say that again. Hear me, warriors. Nobody walks this road alone successfully, because it's a recipe for burnout. And I want you to know, we have New York, Seattle, and Morocco in the house. We also have South Carolina and North Carolina. Great to see you, Strong Island, New York. And we have 5 towns in Oklahoma. Woohoo! Way to go, home state. So glad you guys are here. And Tenille, thank you so much for your time. I know your time is valuable, and it means the world to us that you took time out of your busy schedule to be here. Do you have another podcast or an event coming up that you can share, and where can people find you?
So every Monday, I have my podcast, Happily Healed with Tenille, on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Tenille Stewart on YouTube, Tenille Stewart on Facebook, Tenille_the Captain on Instagram. And I will be announcing, not next week, the week after, my next masterclass. Okay. So everyone, hold on to your butts. We're going to talk about masterclass. This one's going to be a great one. I am so excited for this next one. Y'all better be there. The registration link is already in my Instagram description. So if you want to get there early, you go ahead and do that. But it'll be announced in a couple weeks.
Awesome. Thank you, Tenille. And please have a blessed evening and hug your family for us, okay?
Thank you so much. Have a great night, guys.
Guys, I'm so excited that you're here and that we get to hear women of courage and their stories. Please let us know in the chat what was something that was a big takeaway. I had several nuggets from this. Stay ready so we don't have to scramble and get ready. And many of you know I have a book coming out. We have not announced the title. The thing I want you to know is watch my socials. We will be announcing or sharing 3 different covers for the journal that goes with the book. Now, this is not a diary. This is not something you doodle in. This is guided assignments at the end of every chapter. And assignment sounds like homework. It's more about revelation for yourself, because as moms and as caregivers, we rarely take that time to, like Tenille mentioned, to have self-care and guard that 20 minutes or 30 minutes in the morning, because we hit the ground running trying to take care of everyone else. And we as caregivers continually try to pour from an empty cup. So we are here to say the Warrior Nation is your your source for truth, transparency, and trust. We are a tribe. We are a kindred spirit tribe, because we know what it takes to be caregivers 24/7. And we are here to say, no one, if they're not in the arena getting their ass kicked every day, their opinion doesn't matter, because they're not walking your road. We are here to champion our calling and walk in purpose. And I love that you get to be here and share this journey with us. So watch the socials. We're voting on the cover for the journal in the next few days. And please remember, I'm Bren Harris, the Warrior Mom with the Warrior Nation, your source for truth, transparency, and trust. Warriors unite.